Welcome back, guys. Unknown 003 here, coming at you with another Killer Instinct character tutorial. And now we have ourselves the last character of Season 3, Eyedol. So this is a character that is utter and complete chaos. And if you are looking for a character like that, then this is pretty much the character for you. But honestly, the main gimmick for him in particular is that he can switch in between his two heads randomly. You can choose to actually switch between the two heads by simply tapping back HP, back every punch basically. And you could choose in between like the Mage one, which is like the more magic based one, as you can see here. And then you could also randomly switch in between the warrior one, which is a lot more about like getting in your face, aggression, and just overall laying out the damage. So you got a little bit on both sides, but yeah, for the sake of, you know, trying to knock it all out, let's go ahead and focus on what warrior can do first. And yeah, if we do get an accidental switch, we'll just go right back to warrior in the meantime. So yeah, for one, his normals are pretty basic, not really anything special. Down HP as per usual is usually like meant to be like a sort of like an anti-air option. And do keep note that if you decide to like punch yourself to try to switch heads, you are going to take damage. And thanks to the anniversary edition that just came out last week, hence like the new menu and stuff like that, you are going to take a little bit more damage than usual. So definitely be mindful in how you approach that. Don't spam it for one, because you will lose a bunch of health hella quickly. But yeah, anyways, to get focused, yeah, his light, honestly his light kick is really nothing to be super excited about, as you can see there. Medium kick is decent. Heavy kick, it's standard. Yeah, not really much to get out of it. But jeez, you really gotta punch yourself to get back into it. But for medium punch is gonna be his overhead. This is gonna be important to know for the sake of range as well. Look at that range. It's really good range for an overhead nonetheless. But yeah, so you got his first special move, which is going to be down forward punch. And when you come to notice, when you switch in between the two heads, they are going to be roughly the same inputs as well. And there's going to be a reason for that. So we'll get to it when we get there. But yeah, pretty much standard, you know, like hitting him twice. Not really anything special. This is what the linker looks like. Shadow. And if you do the ender, it is a ground bounce. Or and of course you can follow it up with that. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of down forward punch. Again, kind of standard, your basic hit 'em, beat 'em up special move. But anyways, his down back punch is going to be his like reversal option. So think of it kind of like his DP equivalent. On startup, it is invincible if you do use the light version. The medium version, you do have like upper invincibility. And it does set up for like a follow-up as well, which is important to know. Jesus, man. They really allow you to hit your head, don't they? Yeah, so you can do this a bunch, especially if you got the corner in the if you got the opponent in the corner. Look at that. Woo! Yeah, only 20%, but still. And as for the heavy version, this one will actually recapture if you have the opponent in the air, so you can do something like this. Yeah, so pretty cool, right? But yeah. And another thing before I do forget to mention it, if you are in his warrior stance, which you'll know by the bottom. Yeah, see now he's in Mage. This can be a little bit confusing for people, especially when they want to start playing the game. But yeah, warrior stance can run, mage stance cannot. He does have a slow like backdash, but he is all about getting in your face anyways. So that's the gist of that. Anyways, his other special move is going to be his down back kick. This is another kind of like lunge at your face move. This is kind of you trying to also like get in. And yeah, like not really anything special again. Just get the linker here. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. But yeah, like if you're not a fan of the kind of like face changes, then I recommend you stay away from this character, because you are gonna have to take some time to practice this character in particular, especially so that you could get used to the whole head switch mechanic, which is very important. So yeah, I forgot to mention that his down back punch is actually the damage ender, and the heavy version or the shadow version is no different. But it does lead to a follow-up, so how you decide to combo off of it is up to you, ultimately. But yeah, like, that's the damage version. The heavy version of the down back kick, obviously the ender is going to be a ground pounce, so you can choose to end it like that, you know, get the additional damage, and then just go from there. And yeah, that's the basis of Mage stance. Both hands, or both heads, excuse me, have 3 special moves, and a 4th one for specifically building up the meter, right, as you can see on the bottom right there, his like head meter. There are reasons for that, and we'll get into that in a second. But first, yeah, all 3 punches on his Mage stance, they basically build like an extra bar meter on his bottom left right there. It's not really meant to do like a lot of damage, but more of a setup so that Mage stance can get some like properties in particular for him to use. So yeah, that's it for Mage stance for now. And yeah, so with Mage stance, this one is going to be obviously focused on zoning and stuff. So his down forward punch, that is a full screen, but it is a low, so you can block it. It's unblockable. That's his medium, more of an anti-air option. And even if it doesn't hit or it doesn't connect with the opponent, it will still switch you back to Mage on occasion. And this is his heavy version. This is definitely more of the like get away from me option, and it is no different with the ender. But let's go ahead and do this right here. This is the linker. It's a battery ender, so you're going to be getting a little bit of meter out of it, which is important. The shadow version. Oh, I forgot we're in Mage now. Yeah, see, it can be a little confusing, and you got to be able to keep up with the my god, 9 punches, dude. You gotta be able to keep up with the switches. But yeah, like down forward, all 3 punches, or all 2 punches, I guess. This is definitely the most keep away as you could get with this character. Full screen. So if the character, if the person is not blocking, and not to mention the fact that the startup is really short, you're guaranteed like 9%. Which is pretty crazy. But yeah, his down back punch is going to be his meteor strikes. Light obviously does like really short range. Medium, obviously average range. And heavy, like the furthest range you can get. And yeah, that's the basis of that. Pretty simple. So now let's get into his oh my god, you gotta love the head switches, bro. Anyway. So, if you do end with the Meteor Strike as an ender, you are gonna be getting this as like the damage ender. As damaging as you could get from this head in particular. But yeah, like the shadow version is gonna be complete and utter chaos. Summon a shit ton of meteors and just go to town. It doesn't do a lot of damage in itself, but it is just more of a, like, if you want to chip away at the opponent's health, or if you were just trying to complete, or trying to make utter chaos happen in the screen. It doesn't connect, like, properly as a combo, unfortunately. But again, it's just more of a pressure tool, so that you could kind of like either switch sides, do a potential mix-up, and then just go to town. So yeah, and as for his down back kick, just a simple like ground stomp. That's what the this looks like. Ground bounce, and then bam, go from there. Yeah, and his back medium punch is definitely like one of his really good ranged normal moves, if not his best one. I mean, look at the range of this, dude. It's crazy. And it does pretty good damage as well. If now that you see it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the basis of that. And as for his equivalent to like the Mage's version of the, you know, like the grab, you have this. All three kicks. This is going to teleport you immediately to the opponent. You can actually have it set up to where you do forward, and it does the side switch there. And it does build up meter for the head. As you can see, it's maxed out. So let's go ahead and show it. Yeah, see, now it's got all three. And now the Mage has all three. So I'll go ahead and explain what they do. So for one, for the Mage specifically, what you could do is that when you are hitting them with the normal or special move, you could choose to either jump out of the animation of those moves, or you could dash out of it. As you can see, like, it is an incredibly good pressure tool as well. So like cross-up options, you will use it up accidentally, but it happens. You just gotta get accustomed to how to like use it proper, and you're gonna be very dangerous to play against once you kind of learn the gimmicks of that. And then as for the Mage version, what this does is that you can actually tap a button after you press a special move, and you get like an additional like trait to it. Yeah, so you got that. Obviously you got to deal with this head switches again, which can be annoying, you know, especially if you're not used to this kind of character. But yeah.
Triple.
Here, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, so as you can see, I used another one of the, like the bars there. It does like the additional, follow-up to it as well, if you do have the meter. So let's go ahead and switch back to Mage real quick, and fill it up to the brim. Yeah, so that's this character. Let's see, as for this one, yeah, see, it does all three at the same time, which is incredibly good. But ultimately, you could just block low to avoid it. But yeah, that is the gist of everything Eyedol can do without Instinct, because with his Instinct, my god, if you want complete another chaos, and arguably the best Instinct in the game, this is the character for you, bro. So for one, I'm gonna go ahead and show you like the basics of each special move. So for one, as you notice, they kind of combine both things that both heads can do. Yeah, so you got that, and here, let's wait for Instinct to go back up. So you got this here, summon a meteor. Yeah, so it's pretty wild in itself, right? And it gets even crazier when you look at the shadow moves. Yeah, so honestly, the one of the crazier ones, I'll get to that. So you got this one. You got this one. You got this. Yeah, look at that craziness, bro. And then you got this one. There is so much shit happening on the screen because of what he can do with Instinct. And you best believe that it does like a ton of damage. I mean, I can show you an example here. Look at that mess, bro. 70%. Yeah. As you can see, there's a reason why he is considered like one of the most dangerous to play against online. Although he is not one of the best characters in the game, he is like super dangerous no matter where he is. Especially if you got the correct head kind of set up to where you are in the screen. Like, he's not going to be lacking his tools to be dangerous. Especially when he's on instinct, bro. You better be ready to block when this character is on instinct. That's pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, like, as you can see, man, there is a ton of things going on. But yeah, that is the basis of Eyedol. He is actually incredibly fun to play once you do get to learn him a little bit more. But he is dangerous as hell to play against online or just in general. Especially if you don't know how to play against him, because you're going to learn the hard way of how exactly dangerous this character really is. But yeah, that's the gist of it for Eyedol. This pretty much marks the end of Season 3. We got 3 more characters to go, believe it or not, before we finish the entire roster of the game. But anyways, tune in next week where we're actually going to be diving into Kilgore, our first character variant of the game. And until then, this is pretty much Unknown003 signing out. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Fight on, everyone.
Supreme